Well, what's going on, guys? I'm not going to raise my voice too much. I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize for that. But here we are again. It's Tuesday night. It's going to be another Xfinity race. Tonight we're live from the Magic Mile up in Loudon, New Hampshire. The guys are going to be chasing a big old lobster dinner at the end. We'll have to see if any of them are scared of the big old beast like Denny Hamlin was a couple years ago when he won. But yeah, we got 25, 26 cars on track. It's going to be an amazing race. Flat track, 1 mile, a couple different grooves. They're going to be using a couple different, or they're going to be getting on and getting off of pit road a little differently than they have in the past. So yeah, these guys are really going to be mixing it up. They've just gone into qualifying again, so about 25, 26 cars. It's going to take them a little bit. I will have the streams of both Cowboy Matt and Boehner up for tonight. Boehner has won a couple times this year so far. Cowboy Matt's looking for his first win in the Xfinity or the Truck Series. He's come close. He's had a couple good cars, so I will have to see if Matt's maybe able to get it done tonight. Also got a birthday boy in the field. A lot of y'all know Sledgehammer. Well, he's I think he's 23, 24 years old, and instead of going out and wrecking the town with the guys, he's gonna race it on out with us. So uh, again, happy birthday, Sledgehammer. But as always, we're gonna kick this off with a little Madison Rising. I actually found some different options or some different videos for Madison Rising's national anthem. I'm gonna just try to vary it up a little bit if I can. You're not gonna hear me talk a whole lot tonight because if I talk too much, it kind of goes into a coughing fit, and I don't want that. So I'm probably gonna really let y'all watch these cars, listen to the motors, see where they're getting off the gas, see where they're getting back on, see where they're applying a little bit of brake. Um, Again, 1 mile, very flat track. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this off with our buddies over at Madison Rising. Please stand and remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the right here in name, the name of the fray. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, just that star spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
All right, once again, a very, very big thank you to Madison Rising for allowing us to use their anthem for all the NNR races this season. Again, I did find a whole bunch of variations of their national anthems, different videos, different slideshows while the anthem is going along. So. Uh, I'm gonna try to mix it up as long as they're good with that. I should actually have some help here in the booth very soon. All of y'all have seen them. You know, a lot of you have seen pictures of them. But your buddy of mine, Carol, will actually be joining me here pretty soon. Again, I'm not gonna be able to talk a whole lot, so I'm gonna be try to be Johnny on the spot with the cameras while he gives his best commentary. Um, and as soon as he makes his way up, I'm sure he'll have a great big hello for you. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pull up both Matt and Boehner's stream to see exactly where they are. It looks like they're okay. They're just winding down the clock now. Just waiting for the session to be done. Then we'll be able to get through our top five or top 10. I know that they are going to take, I believe it's two pace laps tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Country Girl, good to see you in chat. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm not gonna be able to talk to you a whole lot tonight, but um, it's always good to see you. Matt's got his stream up and kind of following along with both him and Boehner, and yeah, hopefully Matt has a good night. For all y'all, as see the points scroll here in a little bit, you'll actually see that some of the guys have gone ahead and changed their gamer tag. 2 nights ago, Xbox had their once a year deal where you can go ahead and change your gamer tag and the normal $10 fee. I'm very sick, country girl. Normally where they charge $10, they've actually gone ahead and waived that. So there's a whole bunch of NNR guys, both newer and some guys that have been around for a while. I mentioned Carroll a little bit ago. He's one of them that's gone in and changed his gamer tag. Now it's like NNR Carroll 9. KG Swats is now NNR Swats. Cowboy Matt is now NNR Cowboy. So a lot of these guys really showing a bit of their community pride, and yeah, it's really nice to see. I know you kind of see that pretty often. Some of these other leagues, like you know, uh, well, some of these other leagues, we'll just say that. Um, but it looks like they've got about oh, a minute and a half left on their clock. And then they'll get back to the lobby. They'll get set to get into the race, and then of course on Thursday night we'll have excuse me, we'll have the Cup Series also right here at Loudon. So it's going to be a good couple days. Um, right now, Country Girl, I am drinking pink lemonade and munching on Halls. I'm trying to make sure I can get through all this and be as productive as I can. But yeah, some green tea with lemon and honey sounds pretty good. More than likely, I will be calling out tonight. So um, I hear that green tea helps in a couple different ways. Carol, have you made it to the booth yet? Carol, my buddy, have you made it to the booth yet? Nope, doesn't sound like it. All right, I guess the young man has stage fright. Who knows? Um, yeah, yeah. Well, if Mountain Dew makes me sick, they got a bunch of lawsuits on their hands because there's a lot of people that drink that, and then I'd probably sue Chase Elliott since he endorsed. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, we're gonna kick this off. It looks like they've got let me go ahead and pull up the rest. Yeah, there's like less than 10 seconds left on their qualifying stream. And then, like I said, they're going to make their way back to the lobby. They'll get all set up, and um, hopefully we'll have a top five for you. Let's see, minimize that again. All right. But yeah, you're probably going to hear a lot of the sounds of the track and a lot of the motor. You'll be able to follow along, kind of see where they're getting on the brake, getting back on the gas, where they're letting the cars rotate through the corner, how they're able to get off the corner. Um, you'll see how they're actually going to get on and off of pit road tonight. Um, let's see. Green tea is very healthy for you. I used it when I was pregnant with my daughter. No, not me. This is Country Girl saying this. For her morning sickness. And then afterwards to lose weight. Yeah, whatever works for you. There you go. Um, let's see. Carol. Carol, where are you at, Carol? I'm guessing something happened and maybe he's not going to be joining me after all. I don't know. But yeah, so as soon as they load in, which I hope they don't forget about me, um, I'll bring up all of our race information and get that up and running. Looks like your pole sitter is going to be FNL Bowling, if I'm not mistaken, with King Outbreak to his outside. I'm not quite sure who third place is. This is going off of Banner stream. Sometimes these can be off just a little bit, but we'll see. I'm actually going to go ahead and message them right now to make sure they don't forget about me. But
We'll be going
up there.
when the clock hits double zeros.
All right, can you please send me an invite, sir?
Will do.
Thank you. Talking about Boehner's stream here. Boehner's actually going for 3 wins in a row. I mentioned that in the tweet. Some are going to be going for their first win. Some are going to be going for their second. Others, like Boehner, they're going to try to go for 3 wins. That's a whole lot of bonus points as they get deeper into the season, deeper into where the chase starts. So um, let's see here. I can go ahead and remove this Madison Rising stuff up there, and let's go ahead and let's get our. I'll tell you what. Let's get our Xfinity points rolling. There you go. You should see those on the bottom now. Get your NNR information for the site and the 2 Twitter handles for both me and HD Motorsports. Um, let's get your NNR logo here. And then last but not least, we're still really pulling for Ethan. So still everybody at NNR wishes Jelly Roll and his 18-month-old son Ethan all the best. I did get a chance to talk to Jelly Roll uh, day before yesterday, and unfortunately the baby boy is still nowhere near out of the woods. They tried of removing one of the machines, and as soon as they did that, the kid's heart stopped. So still a long way to go for that little one. Hopefully they can get things going. Um, you'd be surprised, Country Girl. Thank you, everybody else that's starting to join in the stream. We're just about ready to kick this off. Smitty should be sending me an invite here pretty soon. If I sound different, no, it's not you. I'm very much under the weather. I'm living off of pink lemonade and Halls right now. So we're going to try to get this going.
Well, on the
Why do you,
bright side, Pete,
Carol?
you got your good friend here that will not shut up for you. Are you showing online, buddy?
I am online, yeah.
Where are you at? I'm not seeing you.
Yeah. Are you under the NNR League?
Do what?
Are you under the NNR League Twitch handle? Asking me why you're seeing a black screen. Because Country Girl, can you see the background and hear everything? Or okay, that's Coey under the NNR League. Coey Striker saying go to the actual web page. Not sure why you're seeing something else. All right.
Did you get an invite to the lobby?
No, sir. Smitty just said he wouldn't forget me, and then that was all I got.
Oh, Smitty, come on, man. I'm in the race.
Really? That's awesome. Yep, I never got there. Thank you. Smitty just invited me, like just now. All right, guys, we're gonna pull this up and get us going. Like I said, we've got your community information on top of the screen. We got your Xfinity points scrolling along the bottom. Let's see. Striker saying his stream is up. I've got the streams of both Boehner and NNR Cowboy, also known as Cowboy Matt. So a lot of those guys, like I mentioned earlier, kind of switched over the other day when Xbox allowed you to change your gamer tag for free. But Carol, thank you very much for streaming with me. A lot of people know you, like a big personality around the community. So welcome, bud.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, man. It really is. I'm excited to watch this race. I mean, I want to see how these cars are going to react to prepare myself for the Cup race Thursday. And there's a lot of talent here too. It's always fun to watch the Xfinity guys. I love racing against them. Of course, you know my recent NNR win came in the Xfinity series, and it was a blast, nerve-wracking for the most part, but it was very fun.
Yep, one right there at your home track in Bristol. That was a great race. A lot of fun calling that race. And as this race actually is about ready to kick off, looks like you got the 98 of FNL Bowling on pole. You got the 10 of King Outbreak to his outside. Then you've got Watt Racing, your last year's Cup Series champion. He's going to start P3. You got the 69 of Rowdy Burns in P4. Then you've got Boehner looking for 3 in a row. It's sitting there in P5, and NNR Shadowlax sitting there P6. P7 is going to be Striker with the 19 of Cowboy Matt to his outside. It looks like Smitty's lagged out. Tough luck on that guy. Smitty, if you're listening, you're definitely welcome to come on up to the booth and give Carol a hand. And like I said, I'll try to be Johnny on the spot with the cameras. And then where Smitty would have been is now Cole 315. Behind Cole is Mountaineers with the 2 car of Dewman to his outside. Then you got the 22 of Soroka, the 21 of Sledgehammer. Happy birthday again, birthday boy. Then you got Jay Quims, new guy, and we're gonna work our way back up to the front as they're about ready to go green here, Carol. Finesse, welcome to the chat, sir. Good to see you. Looks like Finesse is rooting on Boehner, trying to go for 3 in a row, with Mountain and Fatless Dig. Right now, it looks like the 10 car is able to keep that high side rolling. He's going to keep a whole lot of pressure on the 98. Looks like the 98 of Bowling is now going to fall back to P3, getting into the next set of corners. Looks like starting or finishing up their second lap as 69 of Rowdy Burns is going to let it wash up towards the wall and get a good arc going into 3 and 4. Carol, what do you got?
Currently, right now, buddy, I'm trying to get Smitty into the race as he did lag out, and trying to get him in here so we can have 3 eyes on this race. Be able to, call it, see, make sure everybody's racing clean, we're having fun, and being competitive, and there's no controversy going on or anything like that. So
I get you. Terrence 3703, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Absolutely a pleasure. If this is the first time you're catching an NNR community race, this is our Xfinity series race every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. If you're looking for the Cup guys, they'll be here on Thursday night, also at 9. And then next Sunday night is when the truck guys will be back at it. And next week we're all heading to the very, very short track of Martinsville. So that's going to be a great race as well. Still kind of working my way through. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of separation after, excuse me, guys, after about 7th place, which is what we're watching right now, Watt Racing. You got a pretty big gap back to the next car, but Watt's looking pretty solid, hugging that yellow line all the way through the center of the corner and off. Still waiting to show y'all the pit procedure that they've got set for tonight. But so far, it's all these guys. It's all this top 7. Looks like 5th is under fire right now. Let's see if we can't get a better view of that. Carol, if you're still in Discord, I can't join the party and Discord at the same time.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No, with OBS it won't allow
My
me.
bad.
No, you're
Looks like there's a lot of battling going on between the top 5, as far as what I'm seeing.
Yeah, right there. It looks like the car in P5 was thinking about taking it 3 wide, going through 3 and 4, but he thought better of it. So that's I think that's the 28 of Boehner right here in front of Watt Racing. Watt's car looks like it is really hooked up. I'm not quite sure which preset he chose along the scale, but he's turning in really, really well. And well, there he kind of followed 28 up towards the wall, but yeah, it looks like his car is really turning well. Country Girl saying I need the country. I myself turned up almost all the way. I'll go ahead and turn it up a little bit more, but I don't want the sound to get too distorted. And saying that I need to turn Carol up as well. Carol really hasn't talked much yet. Once he does,
I'm
if
a
he
little
still,
soft-spoken at times, too.
yeah. If he still
I'll
sounds
help with
slow, let me
this
know,
podcast
and
I'll
I'll turn him
down.
up also. All right, but it's a big battle here now between the 28 and the 98 of FNL Bowling. 28's got the inside line, should be able to outbrake. 98's going to have a bit of a run. It looks like might be trying to diamond out the corner. Nope, he just simply overran that corner. That's going to allow Watt to get to the inside. I'm sorry, that's the 46, not the 98. Excuse me. Got to the 46, and looks like the car that was heading that that pack in the back is starting to catch back up. Let's see. I think that car just got a little loose and kind of force pit himself. Not quite sure who that was, but no doubt in my mind there's going to be a black flag with that. That was actually the car of Boehner. Looks like he got wicked loose and ended up taking it down pit road. No doubt in my mind this is going to be a very lengthy stop for this 28. And if he's going to try to go 3 in a row, he's going to have a real big hole to dig himself out of. I don't think he's going to be the only car a lap down. The leaders are setting a pretty good pace right now, so they're going to start catching lap track pretty soon. Now, Carol, I didn't really get a chance to talk to you before the race. You were still tying up some loose ends with getting the night started. Were there any guys that kind of caught your eye? Anybody that we should really be watching out for tonight?
I tell you, I'm going to have to be biased here on this one, and you know, UNHD's been you've had your favorites before, but I'm going to have to go with that car that's sitting in third place right now, the '69 of Rowdy Burns. He came to me, as a lot of people know, I lost my grandfather over the weekend, and he was a big UT Vols fan. So for the Cup race, I got a little surprise. I'm going to bring out a special paint scheme. And Rowdy had heard about it, and he messaged me on Facebook, and he said, would you mind if I ran this car for you in honor for you and to pay respect to you and your family? So I'm going to have to hope that to see that 69 victory lane tonight, I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking. I'm guessing Tennessee Vols. It's like a mustard yellow and white. Does that sound about right?
Well, around Tennessee, we call it Tennessee orange, but I really can't tell you exactly what shade of orange that is. It's like a very yellowish orange.
Yeah.
Best way to explain it.
Gotcha. But yeah, I'm used to Rowdy Burns in these two-tone cars. Excuse me. Is Smitty coming up with you? Or?
Smitty should be in the booth with us.
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, very cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you kind of talk this out. I'll try to be Johnny on the spot with the cameras, but as you can tell, I'm starting to talk a bit too much, and coughing is starting to catch up. But guys in chat, y'all know who Smitty is. He's actually the head admin over the Xfinity series, and now you got Carroll in here as well. He's the head guy over the truck series. So you've got 2 series admins. These are like Coey's right-hand men. They help him with a lot of the big decisions. What's going to happen, what's not going to happen, who's in, who's out. They talk, they discuss any penalties during the week that may or may not have to be handed out. And what better way to kind of keep an eye on their guys than with the biggest bird's eye view you can get.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And luckily for Smitty lagging out, he's not collecting points here, so he don't really lose anything. He's able to watch everything without just seeing what he sees on his screen now tonight. Hopefully that doesn't happen Thursday for him. I'm kind of knocking on wood for him, but then again, that's one less car I got to deal with on the track. So.
I don't know, Smitty. Carroll's saying he doesn't want to race against you. Smitty, we can't hear you, bud.
I think he's
He knows he can't beat me on the track.
Ah, there you go. Now we got you.
Very impressive run by the number 10 of King Outbreak, leading so far. He's shown pretty good speed in his couple of starts that he's made this season. Picked it off.
Yeah, King Outbreak has been pretty competitive. Been able to keep an eye on him in a couple different instances, not only tonight, but since he's joined NNR. Right now, I'm with the 2 of Dooman. Here's the 22 of Soroka, and it looks like green flag pit stops are underway. I would think this would be a bit early for a 1 mile track. I'm almost wondering if some of these guys are pitting early because maybe they went too high on the preset and their cars are starting to get a little loose. We saw Boehner kind of fly into the pits right off of coming off 4, like it just lost control. I have no doubt in my mind that resulted in a black flag. But there's a lot of competition on track tonight here, guys.
Well,
Yes.
I'll tell you, Pete. This track, much like, even though it don't seem like it, this track, much like Atlanta, it's been known to eat tires up, and that right rear will wear down like crazy no matter what you have. I mean, to be honest with you, heading into Thursday's race, I still have yet to figure out exactly what I need to do to save that right rear. It's going to burn so quick, and it'll seem like in a blink of an eye that right rear is gone, and then once that thing blows, around you go, and there's no holding on.
Tires definitely will be a premium here at New Hampshire. Last season, you had a bunch of different strategies in the Cup race with guys either short pitting or going the distance. I wonder if tonight will be the same way. If guys can go the distance with their tires, I think they're golden. It cuts one stop from them, uh, and whoever can will probably win this race.
I didn't really recall that New Hampshire being such a big high wear track. Uh, by the way, Carol, Country Girl is expressing her condolences towards your grandfather, saying, very sorry, Carol. She's also saying there's about 20 laps to go. He left here in stage 1, so yeah, first stage is flying by pretty quick.
I appreciate that, and that it seems like I'm hearing about her a lot. It sounds like we have a #1 fan here in NNR. That's pretty awesome. We try to put on a show week in and week out, no matter what series we're in, whether it be the Cup, Trucks, or Xfinity. We try to put on a show for people like her, and it's really awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you for her always support.
yep, she's been here with us. Um, well, ever since Cowboy Matt joined up, and not only has he shown to be some pretty good competition on the track, she likes to keep an eye on her man, and she's kind of branched out. She's asked a lot of questions about the different tracks and what different terms mean, like the turtles at the Roval and whatnot. So yeah, Country Girl, we definitely appreciate you and you're following us everywhere we go around the country.
Looks like we have the leader of King Outbreak pitting right now as we speak.
Striker has put it in the tire barrier going into 3 on pit entry.
Yeah, it looks like a couple guys are getting kind of hot, washing up into the grass a little bit just before that final left turn down pit road. I know that they've got a new pit road access way tonight. I guess they were taking the road course way in. Wow, that was kind of close. The 8 car about pinned the 28 going down pit road. 28 had to hit the brakes in order to allow the 8 of Augustus to go on by, and he's got a big push from Q Dog as they just about make that final turn down pit road. Let's see here. Here's the 20 old Sammy son running those yellow and blue colors. That looks kind of nice. I like that. There's another one of the guys that changed his name just like you did, Carol. What used to be KG SWATs, now NNR SWATs. It's got to be kind of interesting being, SWATs and Cadillac, being brothers, racing against each other. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine it's just like the Bush brothers or the Burton brothers back in the early 2000s. It's got to be fun, There's got to be some poking in it, poking at each other and stuff like that. I just hate to see them two wreck each other. You remember the incident with the Bush brothers? Kurt Busch said he wasn't going to eat Kellogg's for a long time.
Yep. And the Bonnie brothers too. Yeah. Yikes,
Yeah,
man.
can't forget the Labonte brothers.
Nope.
If you guys are out there watching, I'm so sorry for not mentioning y'all.
Let's see here. By the way, everybody, and whether you watch this now or you watch it later, um, as Twitch moves along, and the 2 months where they're saved up comes to an end, the videos are deleted from Twitch. I've created a YouTube page under the same name, Repeat 1975, and all the races from the very first truck races at Daytona all the way up until the other night's truck race at Eldora are saved or transferred over. If at any point, please head on over to YouTube and give it a follow. Um, if you want to go back and watch any race, you can do that whenever you want. They won't be deleted. YouTube is kind of forever. Um, but yeah, that's been created as well. Um, and I'm not going to be broadcasting on YouTube anytime soon. We're still going to keep the Twitch. We're still really building on this following. Speaking of following, Terrence 3703, I mentioned you earlier saying thank you very much for the follow. You just became NNR's 150th follower. Thank you very much for choosing to follow this channel. But yeah, whether you watch it now or watch it later, by all means, head on up and Country Girl, I'll be nice. Go ahead and push on that follow button, push that subscribe button, push that notifications, and slam everything else. All right. But yeah, it's gonna be good to go. Country Girl saying that there's 10 laps remaining. I'm going to assume that Rowdy Burns was pretty close to the front there. I know Boehner pitted pretty early, and I'm almost positive that he got a black flag. Shadilak was another front runner, so he could be up front. I'll actually go ahead and I'll pull the camera from Boehner and see. Actually, I'll start with Matt first. Matt is running. Actually, Matt's in P1 right now. 37 out of 45. He's leading the way. His tires and fuel light are on. He might be trying something. Not quite sure. He's not on his tire menu, so I don't know exactly where he sits. But just as I say that, he's going to be pulling it down pit road. So he wasn't able to quite stretch it as far as he probably wanted to, but he definitely stretched it further than some other guys. So I'll switch over to Boehner's stream now and see how the man trying to go for 3 in a row, see how he's doing. And it looks like Boehner right now is sitting P18. And as Matt makes his way down pit road, it's actually showing that he is still in the lead, but I'm sure
They got it. There's a caution. There's going to be a wreck. There's a wreck on the front stretch. The 22 hit the tire barrier, and there is a massive
It's the
pileup.
huge one at the Lucky Mile.
There we go.
So this is going to work out really, really well for Matt. This is going to work out very well for Matt. There was 8 laps remaining. This is going to automatically kick off, 2 or 3 laps. So we're going to go back green with about 5 laps to go. And with Matt just now pitting, he should be able to not only get in or not go in now because he just came off pit road. So he should have the lead. And when the stage is over, being that he's only got 5 laps on his tires, he might try to gamble and actually stay out. We'll have to see what this 19 car does. And I'm gonna go back here, sit on the 98 of FNL Bowling, and work my way back up towards the front of this pack as we go back green. Smitty.
Yes, sir. It's Sledge and Natty up front. Natty hasn't been up front all race. We got a 3 wide battle between Kenny, Sledge, and Goose, and Outbreak towards the bottom. Outbreak's looking to take the lead from Natty. Natty's going to have a run coming out of turn 3. Natty cleans that lap.
Well, I tell you what, I ducked back to Matt Stream, and I'm seeing a whole lot of take right now. This shows how important those stage points are when you're first through 10th. Because it used to be only first through 7th got those points, and then that was changed to 10th. Right now, Matt is running, I'm going to guess, right on the cusp of the top 10. I think if he can get in front of these 3 cars right in front of him as y'all are watching, there's a 61 down low. He's going to be able to get by. Wow, 61 got a great shot off the corner, getting to the inside of the 29. 29 might tag that wall just a little bit. Looks like the 8 of Augustus tagged the wall. He's going to fall back and lose a few spots. Here comes the 16.
8 looks like, oh, they're 5 wide.
Yep, I am all over Matt's hood view, and they're racing hard.
They're wrecked.
I think that's going to be. Yep, I think that's going to be the stage right there. I think that was actually the game kind of taking control, and it put those two together. There's J-Pod checking into the chat saying, "Let's go J-Pod Army." That would be Bill's Legend and Master Killer, Cole 315, Q-Dog. Yeah, J-Pod's got a huge following.
I think that's a little bit too much aggressiveness for this point in the race. I know it was towards the stage end, but I mean, going 5 wide in the first stage, it shouldn't be happening that quick.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, when you go back and the people that are watching the stream right now, they had to love what they were seeing off the hood view of Cowboy Matt's car. That got me pumped up. But we're gonna take it back green again.
Looks like tempers are getting hot here, as well after that last caution. Got Stryker now in front with Jay Quims in second.
Yeah, Jay Quim's brand new driver. Don't really know a whole lot about him, but yeah, right now, kind of pretty close to the front. Got the 4 Stryker, got 28 of Boehner, got 69 of Rowdy Burns running those Vol colors. You got the 22 of Soroka. I think that was not quite sure who's in that blue and black paint scheme. Looks like one of the old. What was that paint scheme that Mr. Excitement ran with the dog on the front? Was that
Sirius
XM? Yeah, the old Sirius logo. Yeah, kind of reminds me of that.
The old Mongo.
Grab a quick swing here and another haul. See if we can't keep this going. So far, so good. Definitely want to thank y'all out there in the stream checking us out tonight. We'll
Cole,
have one. Go ahead.
The driver number 23 is falling back in the field. Looks like he got forced up into the wall just a little bit as I was going through.
Yep, that would be the 23 of Cole 315, one of the members of J-Pa Army. I didn't put that car on the track. That's between old Mr. Rowdy Burns and what him and Carol were talking about. I got nothing about
Stryker's in the wall.
Yeah, I saw that. Good save by him, though. Way to keep that car pointed in the right direction. Didn't loop it around. As we check out the 46 of Shadowlac, 10 on the outside. Here comes the 21 of Sledgehammer, or down low. Pretty tight coming off 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 1 and 2 rather. Back into the corner, going through 3 and 4. 3 cars up high, a few cars down low. Fear Ninja, 828, your pal, huh? Who's your pal in here? Gonna keep going through the field. Here's that.
Really good racing throughout the field here. Really good racing.
Or is that Ninja from Tanks? Ninja, if that's you, thanks for checking it out tonight, bud. keep going through. Good battle here between the 97 of Fatless Diggs and the 23 of Cole 315 on the inside of, still on the inside of the 39 as well. Whole lot of great racing going on in the back of the pack. I'm going to try to work my way back up front as you check out the 61 of Mountaineers. Really getting that high line moving. He's been able to actually make up a couple spots as he pulls to the outside of the 46, right behind the 69 of Rowdy Burns. He's got, who was that right behind him? That's the 10 car. He should be able to accelerate off the corner and beat the 10 down the front stretch. Two-car Dooman with the 9-car Q-Dog right behind him. Gonna go, ooh, two gave the 23 a shot going to the corner right there. I don't know if the two used the 23 as a break or what that was. I'm sure there'll be some words here later on.
You got KG in the grass there going into 3. He saved it.
Yeah, I'm still kind of keeping an eye between these 2 and the 23. I'm guessing something happened between them, and they didn't like it. But they looks like they've got a little bit of separation now.
Looks like for now, they're deep in the back of the pack.
Yep. And I'm
Not
guessing
racing for much as of right now.
I'm guessing that little bit of battling they were doing is what put them in the back, because they were really racing each other, not really worrying about the rest of those cars. Two really drove it into the corners deep, picked up the back end of that I think I said that was a 9. I'm not quite sure, but that's looks like it's in the past. There's a 36 of Quims.
Looks like things are heating up mid-pack. I mean, the 39 gave the 35 a little bit of shot. Right in front of him, there's a little bit of door banging left and right. These guys are battling hard.
Yeah, that's something you were saying earlier, Carol. These guys really race hard. They put on a great show every week. Watching these guys come off.
35's around.
Yeah, 35 was up on 2 wheels just as I kind of flipped the camera around, but he was able to steer out of that, get all 4 wheels back on the ground. Got it, kept it pointed in the right direction, and he's just going to pull away. Great hands by him. Here's a 9 of Q-Dog. We were just talking about him.
When we took the
middle pack.
When we took the start of stage 2, Stryker was in the lead, and he was out there as a wounded gazelle, as HD would say. Now Stryker's out in the back, towards the back end of the pack, still holding strong, but
yeah, he is holding strong. I actually usually when Stryker feels like he's got a really good piece to work with that night, he'll send me a message saying, "Hey, keep an eye out for me." I didn't hear much from him this week, so I guess he wasn't feeling all that great. He did have a moment a little bit ago where he got loose coming off the corner, went towards the inside wall, but was able to save it. So great hands by Stryker, and he's another one racing with a brand new wheel. So good for him. The 8 of Augustus starting to get single filed out now. Looks like 35. I don't think the 51 did that. I think the 35 just kind of lagged into the outside wall. It's kind of curious how that came to be, but if there was something more to it, I'm sure they'll say something later.
the number 28 Boehner's out to a healthy lead. He's won the last 2 races in the NNR Xfinity series. Wonder if he can make it 3 straight for tonight. New Hampshire and continue the momentum. It looks certainly like it is.
Yeah, he's been on a tear here lately, racking up all kinds of points. I don't think it's going to be long. I mean, I know that he started, after a few races, into the season. But if he keeps, on the trend that he's been on, working really, really well with his team and building pretty consistent setups and staying clean for the most part. He's gonna work his way up there. I'm actually gonna go ahead and check out the stream from Boehner. Uh, like you said, he's right now. He's got about a good 2 second lead over Shadilak. Then it's back to the 69 of Rowdy Burns. Then Sledgehammer in 21 just took over P4, putting Jay Quims back to P5. But yeah,
Jay
the
Quims just
28 of
got
Boehner,
into the wall after a little bit of contact with the 61.
61 of
Looked like it
Mountaineers.
was
Yeah.
a little bit of the 61-10 combo right there. A
Yep.
lot of beating and banging going on.
The little 6-10 split with the one on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
61 looks like got a little loose coming out of turn 3 there, and now
Yep,
he's falling behind the 36.
Yep, that allowed King Outbreak to pass, and then Natty Dread was able to get by, but King Outbreak in that 10, he's going to be able to hold down that P5 spot. So another pretty solid run by King Outbreak. You mentioned him before, Smitty. Let's catch
But
up.
I'll tell you one thing, going back to what you was talking about earlier with Banner, looks like the rookie's looking pretty impressive tonight. Like, with you saying he's won the past 2 races. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I guess that's another reason why he's been called up to drive in the higher series. He can just like Soroka, the 8 of Augustus, and these guys once they prove themselves, this is where you guys in the Cup Series that have a little bit of sway over who drives among you on Thursday nights. And yeah, if you prove yourself, car comes opened up. That's your ride. Now I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that the Cup Series is locked down for the rest of the year. I don't think there'll be any more changes. Anybody else that comes up, I don't think would mathematically have a chance at making the chase this year. So I think Cody said that the other day that the Cup Series was locked down for the remainder of the 2019
Yeah,
2020 season.
Yeah,
that fact
it's
is
locked
straight.
down.
Yeah.
Guys, I know that Boehner's out to a healthy lead, but number 21 of Sledgehammer, he's coming just past the 69 of Rowdy Burns for looks like for 3rd position. Our boy Sledge has been bridesmaid a bunch this season. I hope he pulls out the win. Today's his birthday. For a hell of a birthday present for him. Win may be what he needs.
Yeah, maybe. And I'll tell you what, Sledgehammer is one person that can be pretty hard on himself after these races. He doubts himself, wonders what he's got to do, sell his soul to the devil and all that stuff. But he hasn't been far off. It's not like he's finishing, 25th through 31st or whatever, week in and week out. He's up front. He's competitive most of the time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And our-
I mean, Sledge is good, dude. Last year, early in the around this time last season, he was a teammate of mine, as a matter of fact, and he's got a lot of talent. But I mean, if he messes up, he questions a lot of stuff with himself. He doubts himself a lot. He reminds me a lot of myself at times because I've been known to do it myself. And boy, I tell you, going back to Bristol, that was a big weight off my shoulder. And I think if that 21 car can park it in Victory Lane tonight, I think you'll see a different guy come Thursday.
Yeah.
I think that confidence will be in Sledge, and he'll be definitely a different person if he wins tonight. I hope to see it.
Yeah, it'd be nice, and it would continue the string, except for here in the Cup Series with Boehner, of a lot of first-time winners here lately. I mean, it's been Dohar, you Carroll. It's been what you call it, Stout Whiskey. Augustus. I mean, there's been a lot of first-time winners so far this season. We've had a few repeats, but hell of
You
Hell
even
of a
had
lot of
you
fresh
had a
air.
first time winner to start out Xfinity and Cup season
That's right.
this
You sure
year
did
at
with you.
Daytona.
I was
Yep.
about to bring that up.
Yep, you won at Daytona, and then the very next week, in the series that you maintain, the Xfinity series, you put it in victory lane in Las Vegas. Yep, so you're right there. Country Girl's saying there's about 20 laps remaining in stage two. She's had that message up
Hmm.
there for about 2 or 3 laps, so it's got to be coming to a close. I'm actually going to keep going through the field. I know that Boehner, he did have the lead there, but I don't know if he's going to actually have to bring it down pit road. I'll pull up his stream and
Boehner did
see.
pit
Yep,
earlier
yep, he pit. He's back in
in this
P9 right now.
cycle.
Yep, he off of his stream. It's showing Rowdy Burns in P7, Evil Within 777 in eighth, Boehner ninth, Bill's Legend, part of the J-Pa Army, sitting right there in eighth, and Rowdy Burns. So once this all cycles through, I think you're going to see Boehner kind of work his way back up towards the front again.
Sledge looks like he's in pit road.
Hmm. Looks like he's going to be taking 4 fresh feel goods there,
He'll have the
Yeah.
as
freshest
DW
tires
would
of the
say.
bunch. He'll definitely be coming out behind Boehner. We'll see how much time he can gain before the end of the stage.
Yep.
Boehner is behind Bowling and Outbreak, and see if he can reel those guys in.
Yep. Boehner right now, he's gone from ninth to fifth with the guys that have pitted. He is running P5 right now. He's got Cowboy running P3, Shadowlack in fourth, Bill's Legend in sixth, and Sledgehammer in seventh. Tell you what, I've been kind of keeping an eye on this, or was keeping an eye on that 61 of Mountaineers. He's been making up a ton of spots too. He's really diving it hard, going into the corner, getting underneath some guys, maybe out breaking them. Not quite sure, but he has a ton of momentum behind him right now. Mountaineers doesn't show on my screen as to where he is. Actually, Boehner is just now passing. Not quite sure who that was sitting in P1. Looks like whoever it was kind of saving gas. It's a custom car. But I'm gonna keep going through.
We have the 20 of Sammy Sung, just got on pit road very safely. Looked like a pretty smooth entrance to pit road.
Shadowlack's out to the lead right now. To a big gap between Boehner. Must have taken 2 tires. We'll see how it goes until the end of the stage. Will he regret it or not?
Yeah. Boehner just caught up to and passed whoever was in first place. Right now, second through sixth is Cowboys running in second. So great stage run for Cowboy Matt if he can finish up there. Then you've got Shadowlack in third, Boehner in fourth, Sledgehammer fifth, and Bill's Legend in sixth. So there's a red custom. I'm going to see if I can actually go ahead and find which car that was that he came up on. Wasn't the 29? Let me see. I think I just saw it. I think it was. Was it the 89 a Watt? It might have been. It looks like he's really slow in the corner and off. Or it could have been. It wasn't the car striker. Not so.
Now, Bowling is in the 98 red and black car.
I wonder if it wasn't Bowling then. I think that's who it was. So I think Bowling right now. Nope, it's not Bowling because Bowling is now P4.
Yeah,
Cowboy
Bowling
Matt.
just came out pit road.
Yep, Cowboy Matt right now is the leader, and he's got about 14 and a half seconds over Shadowlack. So if Cowboy Matt has to pit late in the run like he did at the end of stage 1, that may give this uh, stage over to either Cadillac, Boehner, or Sledgehammer. They're kind of the closest one to him. Cadillac's only about 1.2.
Cadillac
1.2.
must have taken 2 tires on that pit stop because Boehner is definitely closing in on him. Boehner did pit before Shad.
Yeah.
Just a matter of laps.
Yep, Cadillac just took the lead.
KG and Jelly are battling. Looks like for the lucky dog, our last car lead lap in front of the leaders. But definitely Shadlack is in lead. Scotty Bell with is currently the lucky dog, and then you've got Banner inside.
Yep, you got it. Cadillac, Boehner,
And
Sledgehammer, Bowling, and
looks like
Rowdy
Swatch
Burns.
just got sent to the wall.
Yeah, I saw.
It looks like the 35 just took out Swatch.
Yep, I saw that. The car went flying. Not quite sure how that all happened, but this is going to change a couple things. This caution is actually going to bring us into stage 3. No, I take that back. 7 laps left in stage 2. Get back to this. Fear Ninja, there are 7 laps to go. Cameron C2. Yeah, I can get us an onboard shot. There you go. Out, and how about it? Right behind the leader. So you've got the 28 of Boehner on the inside. You got 21 of Sledgehammer on the outside. You got King Outbreak here sitting P3. There goes the 9.
4 wide down back stretch.
King Outbreak.
They're 5 wide.
The 9.
And they're wrecked.
Yep, I see him wrecking back there.
Ooh.
Caution's going to be out. Again, those stage points. They got to settle down a little bit. Get this stage completed. Now they're all going to be able to pit again. But I don't know if they're really going to want to, if the top 10 are really going to pit, give up the points. I think if you're a fast car, you're probably already in the front, and you'll be able to work your way up again. If the other guys don't pit, you stay out when it comes to stage.
That looks like it was the stage break right there.
Okay. So that sounds about right. I'll go ahead.
Stage winner was Banner with Sledgehammer in second place.
Yep. Nice. So Boehner keeping up that momentum. Again. Let's ride along with the 10 car of King Outbreak. Kind of change up the camera here a little bit. Ride hood view right behind the 28 of Boehner, the 21 of Sledgehammer to his inside. You got Q-Dog with a big run on the outside of turns 1 and 2. Looks like he's got, I think that's a 22 of Soroka to his inside. I could be wrong though. I think
that's the 36 of Jake Quims
okay,
on
so
the
that's
outside
Jake
of the
Quims.
22.
Okay, there we go. There's big push again by King Outbreak to the 28. Looks like 21 watched him just a little bit. Might have hit that apron and kind of kicked him up. That forced Boehner to go high. King Outbreak now up to P4. In front of him is 21 of Sledgehammer. Q-Dog sitting right there in P2, and Jake Wibbs, P1.
What
Definitely
was
got
that,
to
Pete?
say a big thank you to both Boehner and NNR or Cowboy Matt, however you know him by, for both of their streams. Give us a reference point, give us a little bit more information as we're going along. Just like you, Carol. Thank you very much when you're racing. I appreciate your streams.
It's fun, man. I try to make sure I give you and HD as much information as I can throughout the races. I know how tough it is to watch these things and to broadcast when you don't see very much. So try to
Yeah,
do what I can.
there's still a lot of tools that we'd love to have. A lap. 46 got a little. I think that was maybe a little bit of lag. Yeah, we'd love to have a lap counter, position tracker, all that with these cars, not just the scroll that comes along the top of the room showing you who's in what car. I mean, it can be helpful, but for streaming a race or broadcasting races, you can lose track pretty quickly if you don't have a reference point for one or two or maybe even three people streaming. So it absolutely helps a lot. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and keep calling us. I'll keep moving around the room.
All right. We got Soroka still in the lead with Sledge in second and Boehner in third. Boehner and Sledge have been the class of the field mainly all day. I expect those two to be battling for the win. Expect the number 10 of King Outbreak, and the 46 of Shatlight to be up front there as well. .36 has been having a great run, as well as Jake Wims in his second start. Pretty good driver. He'll be definitely contending for more wins. And there's a caution out on the track.
I'm hearing Jelly Roll was the cause of that caution a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it was Jelly Roll since he's the only car that's back there.
I'm in a party with a few of the drivers, and from the sounds of it, sounds like Jelly Roll got into Sammy Sung a little bit.
All right. Yep. Yeah. Definitely. Some issues going on way back in the pack. Before the race started, Carol, you asked Soroka. I don't think he heard you though, whether he's going to be able to go back to back or not. Right now, he's in a pretty good place to make that happen. As we go back green, and Soroka's still sitting right up there in P1 with 28 of Boehner to his outside. There's the 9 of Q-Dog, not too far in front of the 19 of Cowboy Matt. There's the 10 of King Outbreak. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 69 of Rowdy Burns. That's not Matt. Rowdy just took these guys 3 wide. Somebody's going to have to give, but no, King Outbreak actually pulled the car deep into the track, almost pretty close to the apron. That allowed them to finish that corner 3 wide. So great driving by those guys. Here's a good view from the 89 of Watt Racing.
Oh, Boehner just pulled a crossover on the 22 to take the lead. Real good pass there.
Smitty, before you joined, since then I haven't really had a chance to ask you. Do you have any favorites in this race tonight? Anyone in particular that you're pulling for, or any of your teammates that are running? Or
I want to pull for Sledge and Goose. I want to pull everybody that's on my team. It's Sledgehammer, Augustus, Striker, Sammy's son. Those guys, they've been putting in the work. I think they'll get it done. Sammy's kind of been struggling a little this week with finding the speed, but hopefully come towards the end of the race he can get himself up there. But
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, when Sammy's got a good car, he will blast it all over social media saying, hey, keep an eye out for me. I haven't heard that from him here lately. Either that or he stopped because he got tired of me saying something about him during the stream. I don't know. But
in our team comm, he's been saying that he's just been struggling finding the speed at this track. Saying that he was running a little slower lap times than normal. He'll be back with finding more speed next week at Martinsville. We'll get him hooked up and going in the right direction.
hopefully by Martinsville, I'm feeling better because there's always a ton of action on that track. I'm really looking forward to it, not only on the game, but here come May 8th or 9th, Carol, when we actually go to the first ever night race at Martinsville. Green flag drops at 8 o'clock at night. That leaves a whole lot of time for some great tailgating.
Mm-hmm.
As Bod Fusion's checking into the chat saying, what's up, Pete? Oh, not much, Bod. These guys are putting on a pretty good show, as always. Definitely missing you out here, man. Looking for you a couple times. There's the 69 of Rowdy underneath the 46 of Shadowlac. I tell you what, I don't know who it was last week, or maybe it was just in the truck race the other night. Anytime you see that white car with the Valvoline on it, you just got to think of Mark Martin. I think that's a pretty nice looking paint scheme on any car, whether it's a car or truck or whatever. Looks pretty sweet. Keep going. Here's the 4-car Striker. Oh, and that's going to cause an issue behind him.
Oh,
we're gonna have
crap.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, there's cars. That was well. I don't know if Striker was getting hooked or if Striker didn't know that he was on the outside of him. But yeah, Striker definitely got a couple positions out of that one. Not quite sure what happened there. Try to catch back up with the 28. I'm pretty sure Boehner was in the lead right there. Yep, there's Soroka running P2, 28 and P1. King Outbreak in the 10 running P3, and there's a 21 of Sledge running P4.
Also,
still running that top 5. All right, we're going to rack and stack them back up. Here's the 98 of Bowling. He's going to go ahead and take over P1 with 28 to his outside, 22 of Soroka. There's the, I can't see who that is. That's the 69 of Rowdy Burns sitting there in P4. There's a 10 of King Outbreak in P5, 21 of Sledgehammer, and a huge challenge on the outside by the 28. He's going to try to take it wide, get that throttle down, see if he can get to the inside of the 98 of Bowling. Big crossover, 28 to the lead. He's going to crowd him up towards the wall. Not going to happen. Both drivers going to be able to hold it. And new leader, 28, Boehner.
Boehner back out to the front. Pretty much any challenger that's come his way has been dethroned by him. Definitely looking like the top car in tonight's race. Be hard to get anybody around to pass him.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple that have been somewhat close, like the 22, the 69, the 21, the 10 is having a great night tonight. It'll be interesting to see how the points shake up when Coey redoes the points. But here's the 98 taking them 3 wide again through 1 and 2. Going to take it 3 wide still all the way down the backstretch. going into 3 and 4. Oh, 4 wide.
They are 4 wide.
They are
4 wide
4
again.
wide right now. Great racing. Great racing. Way to hold it. See, that's Carol. That's what you were talking about the show and the level of talent that these guys have. They really know how to get after it. I mean, yeah, occasionally they have an accident, but for the most part, these guys they can really put it on.
I'm telling you, with the amount of 4 wides I'm seeing here, I'm nervous now for Thursday because if they're pulling it off here, we know good and darn well there's a few Cup drivers in this race tonight, and I've seen some of them take it 4 wide. Makes me wonder, is that what we're going to see Thursday? I mean, anything can happen. It's the magic mile, as they say.
Hopefully, everybody uses their head Thursday and doesn't force it 4 wide on early on these restarts.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I mean they're not being shy about it at all.
I mean, these Xfinity cars are more stable than the Cup cars, and that's probably why they can get away with 4 wide in these corners. I think with the Cup cars being a little less stable, 4 wide isn't going to happen. Isn't going to happen much, if at all, in the Cup race on restarts.
Yeah, and while we're watching these guys race, 2 and 3 wide, the 28 of Boehner has really started to check out. He's got the 98 of Bowling behind him, and the 22 of Soroka behind them. Is the 69 and the 21. They're side by side. There's the 27 and the 10. They're side by side. A little bit of door contact between them. Here comes the 11 of Parzival. Looks like the 11's
21 just hit the wall going in.
Yep. And the 11 of Parzival looks like he's having a good night. Here comes the 4 of Stryker and the 97 of Fatless Dig getting into this little bit of a mix here. So, yeah, this is the last stage, under 100 to go. And, yeah, it's time to go.
Also, the 98's on 2 tires. It looks like from that last caution, looks like he's holding filled up behind him, but I mean, he's in second, so if they can't get around him, they can't get around him.
I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up Boehner's stream here. Let's take a look. It's Boehner P1, Bowling P2, Soroka P3, Rowdy Burns 4th, and Natty Dread. You mentioned a couple Cup drivers that were in here. Natty Dread getting some pretty good seat time, getting ready for Thursday night's race. The same thing with Soroka. The same thing with Boehner. Unfortunately, you lagged out or had a problem there, Smitty. But with the practicing that you've done so far, was there anything that you thought might have actually would carry over to your Cup race on Thursday night when we get there with HD in the booth?
I think basically towards the end of the run, we're probably carrying over and like how the tires were towards the end of the run. I did do a test here a couple weeks ago, and towards the end of the run, the car was definitely a little more looser than I would have thought. But once it was looser, it was better off in the turns, and we were able to actually beat people down the straightaway. So the car was definitely handling better as the run would go.
Gotcha. So it got freer, but it didn't get too loose as the run went. So the tire wear really kind of worked with the track. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Also, I mean, there's sometimes that people can't control a car that's sliding on all 4 wheels. I was definitely with the workout on that, but it wasn't snapping around. So it's definitely tolerable.
Gotcha. Carol, was there anything to pick up for you when you started practicing for Thursday night's race?
Well, as y'all know, Pete, you guys that watch the broadcast, watch me race and everything else, I have a bad habit of driving very aggressively. I drive kind of like the way Johnson did in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I throw my car in there, I'm going to be working that wheel like no other. And what I noticed was I got my car to where, with my braking points and everything else, I'm sliding a little bit through the corners to try to balance the right sides out a little bit better. And as that run goes on, I'm going to be fighting that wheel a lot. So the lower preset's going to be the way for me to go. So those guys on the higher presets are going to have a little bit of advantage to start off, but feel pretty good about it. It's going to be very challenging. There's going to be cars slipping and sliding everywhere. This track has been slick, been known to be slick in the past and everything else. And in my tire tests I've done throughout the past few months here, just running to get the track down pat, get my braking down pat and everything else, get my line together. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be very fun, but it's also going to be very nerve-wracking. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's from what these guys are doing, man. It's if we've got. I think the last time I looked there, so far there were 22 Cup cars that had taken time. So I'm going to guess, before midnight tonight, the rest of them will get theirs in. I think the last two I saw was the More Smoke and the Aviator get their time in. So I have to see how many more put in their qualifying time or picture, laps, things like that. But I'm already excited to get in here on Thursday night and hear HD and hear him call the races. We've only got HD up until I believe the beginning of April, and then he's got to go away for work. But I'm still glad that he's with us. It looks like we got 72 laps to go as Boehner just went across the start finish line there.
I tell you, Bowling's out there pretty well with those two new tires. So he's holding his ground.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, the right side they always wear more than the left side does. So if he took two tires, the game automatically gives you right side tires. It doesn't let you choose between them. So he's if he can maybe tighten up on the right side and let the left sides help him turn, maybe go down on the left rear a little bit or something like that, it could be a good call on track position. But it really all depends also on how the cautions fall and whether or not he's able to make it on fuel. So, or if he's got a stretch and draw. So we'll have to see how the rest of the night turns out for Bowman.
Oh,
Let's see here. Ninja is saying the 16 clobber the wall out of 2, and Country is saying that there is 70 laps to go. And there's Sweeter Feed checking into the stream. Thank you very much, Sweeter. Good to hear from you, sir. $39, a Master Killer. Here's a new guy. Okay, so the new guy, Evil Within 777, he was actually the one running that blue and black and white paint scheme. That kind of reminded me of old Jimmy Spencer. Here's a name you haven't heard in a while. Mr. Excitement.
I tell you, we ain't talked about him all night, but since we're talking about cars that look like cars from the past, have you seen that 97? It looks like the old John Deere car.
John Deere, yep.
Oh, very much.
I've talked about that car a few times now. It looks like the old 97 Kurt Busch John Deere paint scheme. Somebody, I think, who was it? Somebody else said it reminded them of, I think they said Rick Mast. But yeah, it's a nice looking paint scheme. I actually went and found that paint scheme and saved it to my phone. I'll have to tweet it out later. Still Boehner running away with this thing with 22 is Soroka close in tow. There's Boehner.
I'll tell you what, that 39 of Master Killer, his paint scheme, you know, it kind of reminds me.
Let's see if I can find him. Looks like Striker's on pit road. There's 19 at Cowboy. There's that old park car Smitty. There's 23 at Cole. 61 at Mountaineer. 29 right behind him. There's a 2 at Dooman. 22 is Soroka with no immediate challenge. 21 is Sledgehammer, still having a positive, top 5 race. There's 36 of Jay Quinn as the 4 cars coming off of pit road. There's the Valvoline car of Natty Dread in that 27. That's a nice looking paint scheme too. The silver in the front with the red stripe going down the middle and black in the back. That looks pretty nice. Little different, almost kind of like an old Ricky Rudd paint scheme. Since we're kind of throwing it back here a little bit. Yep. There's that 97 of Fatless Dig. Yeah. 9 car Q-Dog. With the 51 of NNR Swats right behind him. There's 35. 35 just kind of plowed that wall down a little bit. Here comes the 20 of Sammy Sung. Sweeter, how you feeling tonight? There's Bills. Haven't really talked a whole lot about Bills legend tonight. Part of Bills Mafia, J-Paw Army. I mean, he claims them all. I hear all about Bills Mafia all football season long. All of my wife's family is from the greater Buffalo area. And yeah, that's all I hear about. Let's see. More and more cars going into and coming out of the pits. Here's the 8 car of Augustus running all black and silver. Kind of a nice scheme. Keep going through the field. Back to the 20 is Sammy Sung. Swats in the 35 and 9. Yeah, 35 looks like he's definitely gonna have some damage to the right side of that car. He's been up into the wall in the middle of the corner almost every turn. So far, without stage breaks, Sweeter, I think we've had 3 cautions, but they've all been for like really big wrecks. Nothing small. I think each one has had a car flipping. So, yeah, pretty good. Country Girl saying 60 laps remaining. So now, Smitty, did you make a full fuel run during your practicing? Alrighty, I guess Smitty might have had to check back into Discord. Kind of talk to other drivers in case there was something going on. Not quite sure. How about you, Carol? Did you happen to make a full fuel run during your practicing? I'm guessing. Did I lose that? Let me see here. Carol's still in here. It looks like Smitty's gone. Something happened with him. But Carol's mic is muted, so he might be taking care of something also. Maybe in a party. So we'll just keep going through here. 69 of Rowdy Burns. I'll actually go ahead and pull back up the stream of Boehner. He's been pretty much our leader most of the night. In the middle of pit stops right now. He's actually showing to be right there in P9 with Bills Legend running P7, Swats in 8th. Again, Boehner in 9th, Bowling in 10th, and Sledgehammer is sitting there in 11th. Now I'll go ahead and switch over to Cowboy Matt stream, or NNR Matt now. Again, good to see these guys taking advantage of the free day that Xbox gave to allow you to change your gamer tag at no cost. So right now, Matt is running, or NNR Cowboy is running in P3. So right now, it's showing the 11 of Parzival as your leader. Watt Racing in P2, Cowboy P3, Cole 315 right now in fourth, and Soroka running P5. So with green flag pit stops cycling through, the leaderboard is changing up a little bit, um, and it actually looks like Matt is going to try to run down the leader. Actually, as it looks like Watt Racing is going to go ahead and pit from right in front of him. So now Matt is catching up to the 22 of Soroka. Looks like Matt's got a pretty good car through the center and off. Just kind of like what I saw earlier during practice. It looks like he does have a little bit of damage to the rear end of that car, but the front looks like it's pretty clean. So I'm guessing that rear end damage came from maybe somebody not braking as hard as he did getting into the pits. Talk about getting into the pits. Here comes Matt now. He's going to go ahead and ride that pit road access all the way around until he makes that final left turn down pit road at about 45 miles an hour. There you see him. All right, we'll keep going through the field. Looks like the 23 Cole 315. He's also going to go ahead and make it into the pits as well. Again, going from 160 mile an hour around this track to 45, you're going to feel like you're crawling. But you can make and lose a whole lot of time getting on and off pit road, depending on how quick your entry is and how careful you feel you have to be. Back to the 22 of Soroka, and in just a little bit, I'll go ahead and I'll pull Boehner and Matt's excuse me, streams back up to keep up with how these guys are running. It looks like as Matt comes back out on track where he was P1 earlier, once Watt Racing pitted from right in front of him, he's going to fall back to P15. So before the pits, before that cycle, he was right around 18th or 19th. So coming up to 15th, it's means that he's doing pretty good. He's got a pretty good long run car. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to my stream here. Let's see, keep going through the field. There's 21 of Sledgehammer, 36 of Jay Quims, 27 of Natty Dread. Jelly Roll. Really haven't talked a whole lot about Jelly Roll tonight. I know I mentioned him in the beginning of the broadcast. Again, I did get to talk to Jelly Roll a little bit the morning before last, and again, that hashtag Ethan Strong that you see above the NNR logo, that's for Jelly Roll's 18-month-old baby boy. He, a while back, this baby had a tumor, and doctors went in, they did their thing, they really thought that they got the whole thing, they got it taken care of, but unfortunately they didn't, and it grew back quite a bit. The only way that they found this out is because Ethan had a stroke. And when I was talking to Jelly Roll the other day, he said that they tried to, after going about 48 hours without any kind of a seizure or anything, they took him off one of the machines, and as soon as they did that, his heart about stopped. So the young, this kid is nowhere near out of the woods. Please continue to keep Jelly Roll and his family in your thoughts. I'm sure they absolutely appreciate it. But still, NNR's continued to wrap themselves around Jelly Roll wishing nothing but the best for Ethan. You know, great. Really hoping for Douglas' whole family, especially baby Ethan. So we're all still running Ethan strong. Here's back to the 16 of Evil Within. Bill's Legend sitting right there in the 29. Behind the 8 that looks like a Magustus. As Country saying, about 50 laps to go. All right, I'm going to. That's right, stay finished. You got it, sir. I'm going to go ahead and pull Boehner's stream back up. Yep, after the cycle was done. Looks like he is your leader again, so I should go ahead and find him. And we'll have a little bit of a crank it up session here. I'm going to get to the hood of this 28 car as he's going to make his way through 3 and 4 right now. And I'm gonna mute my mic and we're gonna go ahead and crank it up. All right, that was about 3 or 4 laps with 28 of Boehner, and the car that you just saw like whip by him, that was the 98 of Bowling. That was actually for position. Boehner is now back to P2, and I mean he's still strong, but I'm guessing the last changes that he made with his car have not really agreed with him. His car was. I mean, he was on rails. Now it looks like he's kind of struggling a little bit. Bowling, it looks like he's getting caught up in a little bit of lap traffic. Lap traffic really should not fight him all that much. He's clearly shown that he's faster than him just simply by catching them. And they should just give him whatever line he needs as they communicate their way through. Here's a 9 car Matt, pulling right up along the 39. 39 up near the wall. Matt's going to be able to get into the corner, outbraking the 39 just a little bit. 39 might try to get it back down low, pull a little bit of a crossover, but Matt's back in the throttle before the 39. 39 may still have that bottom line. Nope, Matt's going to go ahead and dive it in. He'll secure the position as they both about past the 61 Mountaineer as he's making his way off the pit road, and Country's saying there's about 40 laps to go. So I'm guessing these guys are going about 20 laps on a tank of fuel. Now I don't know if it's the right rear that's burning off before anything else, but 20 laps on a 1 mile track, I'm sure that they'd be able to get more than that on fuel. As we're still under green, it looks like we might have been under caution there for a second, but we're not. I'm gonna continue to work my way through the field. Here's that 61 Mountaineers that you just saw coming out of pit road. 2-car Duman. 22 is Soroka. Big battle with 23 of Cole, 315, making their way through that corner. But it looks like Soroka is going to be able to hold it out there. Should be able to get a good drive off the corner, kind of diamonding it out a little bit. It looks like Cole's going to be able to hold his own right behind the 22. Yeah, by Soroka diamonding the corner like that, he's really not allowing the 23 of Cole 315 to get under him. Let's see. Ricky L. Miller. Jelly's a good guy. I couldn't agree with you more. Wish Ethan and his family the best moving forward. Ethan Strong. Ricky, I don't think I've ever seen you before. I'm not sure if you're a dirt racer with Jelly and Soroka and Rowdy Burns and all them, but thank you very much for taking the time out, checking into the stream. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard the bit. I was just talking about Ethan about 5 minutes ago about their 18-month-old baby boy. But yeah, definitely still keeping Jelly Roll and his son Ethan and their whole family in our thoughts, and really hoping for all the best for everyone. Talking to Jelly Roll, he's handling it all like a champ. He knows that Ethan is in the hands of medicine, and really gotta hope that that this baby boy pulls through. Gonna keep going through the field. There's a 27 of Natty Joe, 69 of Rowdy Burns. Right behind him, in front of them is the 51 of NNR Swats. Retired dirt driver now. Well, if you like to keep up with Jelly Roll and Soroka and Rowdy Burns and Double J and all these guys that have moved over from dirt to make their way into the asphalt ranks, be my guest. Go ahead and hit that follow button, hit subscribe, hit the notifications, and every time we go live, you'll know Jelly Roll races in both the trucks and the Xfinity. Trucks race at 9 o'clock on Sundays, and Xfinity on Tuesday nights. Soroka does race in Cup on Thursdays, where Jelly Roll doesn't, but Jelly Roll's still got quite a bit to him. It looks like the 27 kind of spun out. You're trying to get it righted without really causing too much of an issue. There, 97 of Fatless Dig. 9 of Q-Dog again. There's the 35 of Jelly Roll. Looks like Jelly might have had an issue. I don't see his car moving around at all, like he's getting tires or gas or whatever. Looks like he's parked it for the night. Back to the 39 of Fatless Dig behind, Master Killer rather, behind the 19 of Cowboy Matt, NNR Cowboy now. $16 of Evil Within. 29 of Bill's Legend, part of the J-Paw Army. Back to Augustus. Guys are really getting spread out now with these pit stops. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull Matt's NNR Cowboys stream up here and get us a lap count. Looks like we've got about 30 to go, and Matt right now is sitting in P9th as he just crossed the start-finish line. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Boehner's stream now. Boehner right now with pit stops underway. He's running about 14th. So everything is a bit shaken up. the 11 of Parzival. Haven't really talked a whole lot about him. Every now and then he's got some people that check into the lap, check into the stream, wondering where he is. So if your driver is the 11 of Parzival, here he is right now. Not quite sure which position he is in. Unfortunately, um, that's one of the tools that we're still waiting on is a position tracker and lap count and all that for the streams, not just the ability to work our way through the cars. Stay Finesse still cheering on his buddy Boehner, saying bring it home. Finesse, yeah, he's still going for 3 in a row. So he's got a really good car. I have to see if he's able to put it all together and take home the third W in the same amount of races and pad that, keep building on those points. He's still got quite a ways to go to catch Augustus in the points, but he keeps claiming those stage wins and taking home first place points. He's gonna get there pretty quick. Excuse me. As you see the crawl going across the bottom of the screen right now, you see Augustus has 312 points. Soroka's behind him. Then there's Sledgehammer, Bowling, and there's Boehner. Boehner is only 101 back. So he's slowly climbing his way to the top. It won't be long before he'll be up there if he keeps clicking off these great finishes. Speaking of Boehner, there he is. Just getting past the 98 of Bowling with the 9 car, I think that was a 9 anyway, of Q-Dog behind these two. Now these two had a really good battle earlier. We saw the 98 of Bowling really whip on by the 28. I don't think that's the 8 of Q-Dog. Country's saying top 3 are Watt Racing, Parzival, and Matt. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of looks like Boehner's stream is kind of froze up. So yeah, just like you were saying, right now it's Watt Racing in first, about 9 seconds ahead of NNR Cowboy Matt. Then you got Parzival, Boehner sitting in P4, and FNL Bowling. Now Matt has been able to go several laps after everybody else before he's had to pit. That could come into play. He might be on a whole other pit stop with 23 to go. It looks like his tires are starting to yell at him. The tire light on this 19 car is lit up, but he's still able to somewhat maintain. Actually, with the looks like Parzival just pit. So now Matt is showing in P1 and he's got 5 to go. Now Boehner pit before. Matt still has about 5 laps of fuel left in his tank. His tires should be able to make it another lap or two. So this race right here might actually be Matt's to lose. We'll really have to wait and see how this shakes out. Boehner definitely pit well before Matt did. As you see another car going down pit road right there. But right now, Cowboy Matt has a 16-second lead over second place. He's got 4 laps of fuel left in the tank, and there's 21 laps to go in the race. So Matt is going to go ahead and pull down pit road right now. And as he does that, he's going to fill up. He's going to get 4 tires, and everybody else that pit behind him is either going to be in fuel conservation mode, or they're going to have to just pit again. And where Matt is going to be able to go full bore. So Matt's excuse me. Matt's best thing to do here is take 4, leave your car alone if everything's been fine. Don't really mess too much with the tire pressures or the wedge. Really small adjustments, yeah, fine. But this could be the 19's race to lose. Let's keep going through the field here. All right, and as I'm still watching match stream, it looks like he's heading out of the pits right now. There, you see him on the apron, kind of cutting the grass there just a little bit. Going to merge back up on track, and he'll probably be somewhere around 14th, 15th, somewhere right around there. But he should be able to work his way back up because some other people that pit earlier than him are going to have to really pace themselves, try to save as much fuel as they can, where he can now go full bore. So we'll have to see again how this shakes out. And let's see. Yes, Sweeter. He had 1% left on that right front. He was really babying that car, and you can't blame him. I think he's going to be able to go where everybody else is going to have to pit. I think this might be Cowboy Matt's race to lose, actually. So it could all be right about him. 39 of Master Killer, 16 of Evil Within, 29 I'm sorry, there's the 8 of Augustus. 20 is Sammy's son. Sammy's still struggling a little bit. I'm sure he can't wait to get to Martinsville. There's the 11 of Parzival. Bowling. King Outbreak in that 10 car. Kind of looks like Halloween colors. Hooters. 89 of Watt Racing with 27 of Natty Dread to his outside. 69 of Rowdy, and I heard something. I heard some kind of sheet metal grinding. Now, Country Girl, when I said it's Matt's race to lose, I really think that he's got the right fuel strategy in place. If he's running it the way I think he is, I think he should win, hands down. But it really all depends on what the cars that are ahead of him try to do. If they try to save fuel, or if they back it down and go hard later. If they see Matt or somebody else behind him coming up to him, they'll have to race a little bit harder too, but they don't want to have to. As we check back in with the 28 of Boehner. I'm actually going to go ahead and see if his stream has started running again, and it looks like it has. All right, so right now Boehner is running P2, and it's saying that he's got estimated fuel of 21 laps. So I'm guessing. I don't know what to think, but there's 13 laps going. I'm guessing Boehner will be able to make it all the way. Not quite sure. We'll have to really have to wait and see. As keep an eye here on the 46 of Shadowlac. There's the Ford Striker. It's a nice looking paint scheme. There's Cowboy. $23 a Cole, 61 a Mountaineer. Here's the 2 of Dooman. Not really any big heated battles going on right now. Well, Smitty, we've seen a lot go on tonight. Same thing, Carol. What's got you excited for Thursday? Smitty, I can't hear you. If you're in the Xbox party or what, I don't know. But I can't hear anything you're saying. Carol, I can't hear you either. Not quite sure what's going on there, but I'll just continue on my side here. 97 of Fatless Day. Again, running that old John Deere looking paint scheme. And Country Girl saying 10 laps remaining. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Tonight's race went by pretty quick. Let's see, Boehner right now, it looks like he's running P2. Not quite sure who's in front of him. I see a couple other guys wanting to try to go 3 wide. Here's the 39 of Master Killer to the outside. There's Matt on the far inside. Got a little bit of that apron, trying to get that car to rotate just a little bit better. Looks like 8 laps to go. Let's see. I'm actually going to leave Boehner's stream and go over to Matt's stream here right quick. See if I can get us another look. Matt right now is running P11 as he just came across the start finish line. So Boehner is clearly in front of him, and from his stream it says that he's got the gas to go. So I'm guessing maybe he was on the same pit sequence as Matt, and I just didn't catch it. But Boehner's got 15 laps of fuel in the tank. Oil temperature looks good. Doesn't look like he has any aero issues. That 28 is still digging along. Let's see. Not quite sure who's in first place right now. Looks like the 22 of Soroka actually just got by the 28 of Matt. There's the 11 of Parzival, 98 of Bowling. I almost wonder if the 98 of Bowling might be your leader right now. 89 of Watt. There's Rowdy Burns. There's the Boehner. Let's see. We just saw the 22 of Soroka pass him for second place. That put Boehner back to P3. So I'm going to guess right now that your top 3 is FNL Bowling. The 22 of Soroka continues on his big tear. Oh, and I'm guessing Boehner may have to pit. I don't know. He looks like he was awfully loose there, getting into the corner as the 21 of Sledgehammer was able to get by him. So that puts the birthday boy up to P3. Boehner really looks like he's having to baby that car, really baby getting back into the throttle. And as he came across the line, he's in P4, really loose getting in. His tire light is lit up bright orange. Still great weather. I mean, whether Boehner wins or not, it's still going to be a great points night for him. I'm going to keep up going through the field. Again, I think your leader right now is FNL Bowling, so I'm going to go ahead and try to find him, as I know we're coming down to about 5 laps to go. There we go. If Bowling is the leader right now, he's got a pretty commanding lead. I don't see anybody else anywhere around him. Yeah, I think that's the bright blue of Soroka, just now coming out of 3 and 4 as Bowling is going into 1 and 2. And they're down to 2 laps to go. So right now, if it ends as it is, it would be FNL Bowling, Soroka, and then the 21 of Sledgehammer. So Sledgehammer looking to have a great run on what I believe is his 23rd birthday. So should be a great finish for the guy. I thought he slowed up so much right there. I'm guessing he might have a little bit of an ill-handling car. Really babied coming off the corner. Almost looks like a caution had come out. But let's see. Yeah, it is still going to be. If I'm not mistaken, this race is gonna go all Bowling's way. He had he was able to prove that he could get up and pass Boehner, and he was able to pass Soroka. Yeah, if FNL Bowling is not the leader or not the winner, Have to find out who is. But no, it actually looks like, yeah, FNL Bowling, Soroka, and Sledgehammer. That's your top three off of Boehner Stream. Boehner came in fourth, Shadowlack fifth. Let's see if it comes back to the rest of the top, excuse me, rest of the top 10 so I can read them off to you, or try to anyway. Shadowlack fifth, Parsifal sixth, Bill's Legend seventh, Augustus eighth, Fatless Dig ninth, Cowboy bringing it home in 10th, and then Master Killer rounding out your top 11. So great race by all. Good job bowling. Good job Soroka again as always. Really clicking off these top three finishes. You're going to be in the points lead in no time flat. Augustus finished eighth, so made up some more points yet again. So we're gonna back out of that. I don't want to go to wherever they were going to next. Let's bring it on back over here. And there we go. All right. So we are gonna wait on our top three to come to the booth. Ricky Miller's saying, "Drop the hammer, come on, Soroka." Striker, guess he got a penalty somewhere during that race. Might have stole the win from him. Country Girl's still counting down the laps. Yeah, Country Girl, he almost got it done. I thought he was going to have it, but turns out somebody else was under the same um, strategy as Matt, so he almost had it. All right, I'm gonna get back over here. All right, top three is bowling, Soroka, and Sledgehammer, right? All right, let me try something because I can't hear anybody. Let me turn my headset off real quick and turn it back on. Can you guys hear me now? Let me scroll down on this chat, make sure I didn't accidentally mute anybody. No, I can still on the mixer. I can still see mine going, but for some reason I cannot hear you guys. Sledgehammer looks like you're muted. Bowling looks like you're muted. Same thing with Carol. Soroka, can you hear me? All right, let's see if we can't try this another way. Hold on one second.
Take and no give. I tried to be patient, coming back. Oh, that's loud.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, for some reason, let me. Yeah, hold on. For some reason, I can't hear you guys through my mic. I could see my circle lighting up, but I couldn't hear you guys. Um, I'm sure. Let me actually go ahead and turn this down just a little bit. Is that better, or did you guys still hear the echo?
I think it's good.
Okay.
I can still kind of hear the echo, but it's not so bad.
All right. So yeah. Sledgehammer, you got your P3 on your birthday. You told me not to pick you, but I did it in secret, so nobody knew it except for me, myself, and I. Um, Congrats, man! Happy birthday. Where are you gonna go out after the race to party down?
I was probably gonna party if I won, but I mean, I get it done tonight.
started stage 3. That was really, I think I had the best long run car, but bowling had the quickest short run car, so it didn't matter. It was too big, but this one hurts. Home track too.
Yeah. It's there was a lot of contact throughout that whole race. There we go. Now I can actually hear you, so I can turn off my phone. All right. There was a lot of contact throughout that whole race. At one point, I was on the hood view of Cowboy Matt, and it was 2 wide, 3 wide, and at some points 4 wide. As you know, me and Carol and Smitty were following along. A lot of contact in that race, but everybody kept it digging, kept the cars in the right, facing the right direction for the most part. But you pulled it through, man. You've always been pretty hard on yourself on Twitter after the races and Facebook and whatnot. How you feeling after tonight?
Same way. It's even worse, Just I thought the stars would line up. My birthday, home track. So I mean, top three is top three, but the win would have been special. But we move on.
Well, you're gonna move on. You're gonna get some bonus points. You're gonna get P3 finishing points for tonight. All in all, uh, it's gonna help you going forward. Before tonight's race, you were only 87 behind Augustus. You're definitely gonna make up some points. He finished behind you, I think, in like eighth tonight. So overall, it's gonna be pretty good for you. Any
Yep.
uh, any shout out, Sledge?
Shout out to my parents for having me on this day. Um, just shout out to you guys for having me. And one thing, I gotta apologize. I texted him, but I gotta apologize to Boehner late in the run. He was saving tires, and I freaking sent him into the wall. He checked up so early, but felt terrible. Just want to apologize. Get that out there.
Yeah, I was actually on Boehner from like lap 15 through 5 to go, and his tire light definitely lit up, and it was a pretty bright orange color. So he was absolutely having to baby that thing, but um, at the end of the day, I mean he still only finished one spot behind you, so not a bad finish for Boehner. Just like you, he's gonna make up some points on the leader. Soroka, there you are again.
Yep.
Uh, okay, so you were just in a booth the other day. You got after all was said and done at Eldora, you ended up getting the win there. Um, you're not allowing any dust to accumulate on the chair that sits next to me here in the booth. Man, how are you so consistent every week?
I have no idea. That's how I am. In the dirt racing side, and I guess in the asphalt side too now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you had one of your dirt buddies, Ricky L. Miller, checking into the stream saying, drop the hammer. Come on, Soroka. He's pulling, yep, he's pulling for you and Jelly Roll a little bit earlier in the race, as we were talking about Jelly Roll and Ethan and whatnot. But man, congrats again. Second
Thank
place,
you.
more points. I mean, you're getting there. Augustus right now is sitting at 312 points. You were sitting 35 behind him. He finished P8. Not sure how many stage points you got tonight, but I'm gonna hinder a guess that you're probably gonna be in the mid to low 20s behind Augustus after tonight. When everything's tallied up. So, congrats, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't get any first stage points, but I think I got some second one, I believe.
Well, they all add up. Any shout outs there, bud?
Team Ramrod.
Still pulling together, huh?
Oh yeah, they helped me out a lot today.
Very cool, very cool. Well, again, congrats. Um, let's see. Bowling.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing here, bud? You're not supposed to be in the
Oh,
booth.
I like it in the booth.
I know. especially for tonight, right?
Absolutely.
Man, I tell you, there were only a few cars that really seemed like they had anything for Boehner. You were one, and I watched as you whipped by on like just before that last green flag cycle was going through. You really ducked down under, and we were able to get in, hit the brakes, get back on the gas. Almost seemed like you diamond out the corner in that one turn anyway, to get by the 28. Soroka was another one. The 21 of Sledgehammer seemed like he had a really good car and was able to compete. The 10 of King Outlaw seemed like he had a pretty decent car. But talk us through your race if you don't mind.
It was a tough race. The first stage, I mean, I was killing it. Me and King Outbreak had a huge lead, and then the caution came out, and then I got jumbled up back in traffic. And you try to you pick your way through the field, and nobody had any patience tonight. And I kept getting rear-ended from behind and pushed into the guy in front of me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my bad, that's my bad. It was tough. The final stage, my car was set up pretty good. I had a good car the whole race. It's just when you get in traffic, it's almost impossible to pass here. You really got to try to set somebody up without having to move them out of the way. And I had a really good middle of the run car. There's a lot of guys had fast beginning of the run cars and decent, good end of the run cars, but I had a really good middle of the run car. So I knew I would be okay. I was hoping for a top three, but I'll take the win.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, um, have you been around since the start of the season here in Xfinity?
My first race was Phoenix or ISM, and then I won that. So this will be my third win in Xfinity this year. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm just watching the crawl along the bottom of the screen, looking for you in points, um, to kind of judge where
yeah, I was
you're
in
at.
fourth. I don't know how many I was back, but I was in fourth. I don't think I got any stage points tonight. The first stage, like I said, I dropped back to 22nd at the beginning of stage two, and it was a nightmare to try to get back through.
Yep, there you are. You were 91 behind Augustus. You know, Soroka's right in front of you by like 3 points, whatever. Um, but yeah, you're gonna gain on Augustus. He finished eighth tonight, so all three of you are gonna gain positions depending on how you did in the stages. Could be a little bit better, but yeah, great run for you again tonight. Boehner was going for three in a row. You got your third. It's turning out to be a pretty good season for you.
Yeah, I didn't want Banner to be the winner of this race. Good guy, good racer, but I wanted that win over over him.
No doubt, no doubt. Everybody wants to win. Absolutely. Any shout outs, sir?
Same as Soroka. I got to give it to Team Ramrod. We actually really came together the last few days and really kind of buckled down on a couple different setups between the wheel guys and the controller guys and kind of mixed some things together. So give a huge shout out to Team Ramrod.
Okay. And while we're talking about Team Ramrod, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody in chat who exactly consists of Team Ramrod?
You have myself, you have Soroka, you have Watt Racing. He's only once in a while here in the Xfinity. You have Rowdy Burns. You have Jelly Roll, NNR Dooman, NNR Swats, Shadowlack, and Cowboy Matt.
So about a good third of the Xfinity roster is part
There
of
is
your.
9 of us, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. So at any given point, I mean, they're all three of you, or the post race interview could be all three of you, could be two of you, like it is tonight. But man, um, congrats, man, great win.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we were first, second, and fourth tonight, so maybe one of these weeks we will get to that first, second, third.
I have no doubt it's coming. But as for me, guys, that is going to be it. I am tapped out on pink lemonade and hulls. I'm going to have to try to find something else to help me to get some sleep before I got to go to work. It's been a great race. Saw a lot of great racing, a lot of three wide, four wide at times, a lot of beating and banging on some of these restarts and several laps afterwards. I'll be back on Thursday night with the Cup Series and the one and only HD Motorsports right alongside me as we watch about 30 of the Cup guys take on the Monster Mile as well. Tonight, Bowling's heading over to Victory Lane. He's going to pick up that
Magic Mile.
20-pound. Yep, Magic Mile. He's going to go and pick up that 20-pound lobster, and he's going to be eating pretty good. But until Thursday night, I will catch y'all around the track.